All rise. We will wait. Please be seated.
We are in open session, Your Honors.
Thank you very much. Witness, welcome back. We're in open session, and you know, there are some people when they speak so loudly that we have to turn down the volume on our microphone, but you don't have any risk of that, so I will encourage you to speak a little louder than you've done so far. You understand?
I will.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gisia, please.
Now, witness, when we left off before the break, you were explaining to us that it had been said to PNU supporters that the fastest or first stage would be Otaya. Could you explain to the court what that meant? What did that mean to you?
It was like informing us that you will go to Kibaki's home.
I understand that you said you will go to Kibaki's home. Is that correct?
Yes.
And am I correct in saying that Otaya, is that in the central province?
Yes, it is in Nyeri.
And when it was said to the PNU supporters or shouted to them that the fastest first stage would be Otaya, Central Province, how did you feel about that? About what exactly did they mean about sending people or going to Otaya? Can you give us more explanations?
As it was, you asked a question about why I didn't attend rallies. So I was informing you the reason why I didn't attend rallies. It is because ODM supporters was harsh. They can throw words like stop over will be Odaya, and so the reason is I didn't attend rallies. It is because I fear because of they might do something to us. So I think I was responding the question of why I didn't attend rallies.
Witness, you say that those people who were disrupting the rally had said things like the first stopover would be Othaya. And the lawyer's question is, did you understand that reference to mean anything when they say the first stopover would be Othaya? Did that mean anything to you by saying the first stopover would be Othaya?
Yes. Actually, by that time, I saw it, it was like threatening a PNU supporters.
In what way? Why would that be a threat?
I was thinking that maybe they were doing that so that they make PNU supporters not to do any rallies or to continue supporting PNU.
Is there any other thing, any other manner in which you could have understood that reference to Othaya to be a threat, apart from what you've just told us?
Yes, it was a threat because at the end of it, the PNU supporters was chased to go to Turbo police station, actually, which we nicknamed Othaya.
Thank you. I think it's here you can see.
Now, witness, you've said that.
Mr. Lucia, if you still want to explore that area, that's up to you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, witness, just one couple of last questions on this whole issue of going back to Othaya. You said that Othaya is the what is the importance of Othaya to Kikuyu people?
It was like they meant because you are supporting Kibaki, so you will be there where Kibaki is.
Okay, so we're to understand, witness, that Mr. Kibaki is from the Central Province. Is that correct?
Correct.
And now, when it was told to PNU supporters that you would be going, the first stage would be Othaya, did you understand this to mean that somebody would transport you there? Can you give us a little bit of how you understood this?
Clearly leading.
I will rephrase the question. Now, witness, how is it that you understood this, going to Othaya, that the first stage would be Othaya? How did you understand this at the time?
At that time, I didn't know that it was something which is coming up. I understood it was a language of politics.
And afterwards, what did you understand?
What was saying was true. They end up in police station. Where is that? Is Othaya.
Okay. Witness, I'm going to ask you, as the judge has indicated, you're able to speak, just speak a little louder, approach a little bit more to the microphone, and just before the break, actually, you were speaking fine. Speak louder so everyone can hear you clear in the court, and that'll help things out. So you're saying that you understood because, from what I see, that they ended up in police station, whereas that is Othaya. Are we still speaking about the PNU supporters ending up in police stations?
Yes, PNU supporters they went to police station Turbo, and they nicknamed it their Othaya.
Now, just so we're clear and for the record, you say PNU supporters, they went to the police station, Turbo police station. Is that correct?
Correct.
And you say that the nickname is their Othaya. Can you just clear that up for us? What do you mean by that?
I thought she said they nicknamed it as their Othaya. Is that what you said?
Correct.
Thank you for that clarification. Now, just so I can understand this better, is this happening before or after the elections, 2007?
Repeat the question.
The fact that the PNU supporters were being told that the first or fastest stage would be Othaya, was this said before or after the 2007 elections?
That was before election.
And do you remember in which month, approximately, if you're...
It was during campaign time, around October, November. It is between October and November.
Now, before I move on to another subject, witness, I just want to come back with a couple of questions regarding that first rally that you attended, the one in Moy's Bridge, at Moy's Bridge in Soy constituency. Could you tell us what ethnic groups were participating in that first rally at Moy's Bridge? What ethnic groups were there attending the rally?
Moy's Bridge is a metropolitan. It's mixed of Luyas, Kalenjin, Kikuyus. So there were so many tribes, not only Kalenjin.
All right, but my question is specifically, more specific, the people that were attending that rally at Moy's Bridge, what ethnic group did they belong to?
It was Kalenjin.
Were there other ethnic groups that were there present, attending the rally at Moy's Bridge?
Okay. It was Kalenjin Kikuyus.
And can you tell the court what was the main ethnic group that was there attending the rally at Moy's Bridge?
It was Kikuyus.
Thank you for those clarifications, witness. Now I'd like to change subject. I was asking you, prior to the break, if you had attended any ODM political rallies, and you mentioned that you had attended an ODM political rally at Honorable Ruto's house, Mr. Ruto's house in Sugoi. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, witness, can you explain to the court how you came to know about the fact that there would be a rally, a political rally, at Mr. Ruto's house in Sugoi? And please keep in mind that you have a PIS document before you. There are a person's name on the second page and on the third. So if you need to refer to any of those people, just refer to them by the number.
I heard from number 4 that there will be a meeting for women's at Sugai's William Ruto's home.
And this person that you've indicated, number 4, can you tell us from what location she is? And I'd ask you to also look at your document before you and look at the locations that are listed. There are 8 of them. If one of those...
She lives in location 5.
Now, witness, are you able to remember when this political rally would have happened at Mr. Ruto's house in Sugoi, the month and the year?
It was 14 November 2000. But if I recall it, it is 14, but I am not sure of the date exactly.
All right. Now, witness, just to be clear, you said 14th November 2000. What?
We're in open session, Your Honor.
Now, witness, you said that at Mr. Ruto's house in Sugoi there were 2 tents. Can you explain what those tents were for?
It was for guests. It was for guests.
All right. Did all the guests go into the same tent, or were the tents divided? Were there different type of people going to different tents?
It was divided. It was 2 tents. A small one was for Rutos and the other guests, and the other one was for women. But the main tent, actually, it was not enough for the guests. Some were sitting outside.
Now, you say that one of the tents was for Mr. Ruto and his guests. Can you explain to us who were the guests of Mr. Ruto on that day?
It was local MPs, local leaders.
Now, you say local leaders. And
It's like councillor, MPs, women representatives,
and these
and
local...
other guests,
I'm sorry, continue your answer if you have to finish it.
and other guests.
Now, in regards to these local leaders, these local MPs, can you tell us of what ethnicity they were?
Most of them were Kalenjin because it was from the constituency, Eldoret North. But there were some from outside the constituency also, other tribes.
Would you be able to tell the court, witness, what party they supported, these guests that were there, or what party they were from?
Your Honor, perhaps before we go to that, if we could find out what were the other ethnicities.
Your Honor, I can get to that. Obviously, the defense can ask that question when their turn comes. I have a variety of questions that I want to get through, obviously, in examination in chief, but I can return to that in a couple of minutes. I just want to get this item cleared up. And if the court desires, I can ask that question, obviously.
You can take it in your stride. If there's a convenient time to ask it, you might as well.
We can clear it up right now, actually. Witness, you said that but you said in response to my question as to what ethnicity these leaders were and MPs, you said there were some from outside the constituency also, other tribes. Can you give us more details on that? What other tribes were represented there?
It was Luos, Luyas, and there was some, I can't, because there were so many people, I can't say that this, because I didn't hear them talking, this is this tribe, but mostly which I interacted with them was Luyas and the Luos and Kalenjin.
Now, witness, before I was interrupted, I asked you the question if you would be able to tell the court what party they supported, or if they were from any particular party, these local leaders and these MPs that you saw there on that day.
They were supporting ODM.
Now, witness, from what you remember of what occurred on that day, did anyone speak during this political rally?
Yes, there was a master of ceremony. He was giving each leader, I don't know how many leaders talked actually, but they were giving a representative from any location, at least to say something. But the last person to speak was Honorable Ruto.
All right. You say that many leaders would have spoken first. Do you remember what they were saying?
Yes, if I can remember, they were asking to vote for ODM candidates.
Now, these local leaders that spoke first, we understand from your testimony that Mr. Ruto would have spoken last. Do you remember the names of any of these people that spoke on that day?
No, I cannot remember.
Now, you said Mr. Ruto spoke last. Do you remember what he would have said during that rally?
What I can remember, he asked the media people to come nearby because he wanted to talk and they released them to go so that we can continue with the rally.
Do you remember if Mr. Ruto said anything else?
I can't remember what he says, but after, because I saw the media people there, it was Citizen and TV, but I didn't see the people who was having those. I managed to see the microphones only. It was written KTN, NTV, CAS FM, all that. But the people, I don't know, I didn't see the faces of the people which were actually.
All right, so I understand that you saw the microphones with the names of the stations on them, but you're not able to tell us who was there from these stations. Now, witness, I've asked you, and I just want this to be clear on the record, without knowing specifically what Mr. Ruto would have said, do you remember what the general sense of what he was saying to you was on that day, to the people that were gathered there?
Before the media left or after?
Before and after.
Before, it was about development in our constituency and of course asking people to vote for ODM.
And after the media people left?
After the media left also, he asked people to support ODM to vote for Raila Odinga and other candidates in ODM.
Do you recall?
Because they were going to do the developments actually in the country after taking the government.
Now, witness, do you recall in what language Mr. Ruto was expressing himself when he was saying these things to the people gathered there?
The first one, he used Kiswahili. The last one, he used Kalenjin.
Now, witness asked you before if you recognized any of the, or if you'd be able to give us the names of any of the people, any of the leaders that spoke on that day. Now, putting aside that question, did you recognize anyone else apart from Mr. Ruto on that day, whether it be leader or MP, amongst the people there that were present at this rally?
Yes. Councillors, and I can't mention the name, from the location which I am coming from. Then the other locations, I knew them. Farouk was there, Kibet. And other people, I have forgotten the names.
Now, witness, you mentioned Mr. Farouk Kibet. Can you tell us of what ethnicity this person was?
A Kalenjin.
Can you tell us what political party this person, Mr. Kibet, supported at the time?
ODM.
Do you know where this Mr. Farouk Kibet came from what region?
From Nyenyile.
I imagine that there's going to be maybe a problem spelling, but the spelling is N-Y-E-N-Y-E-L.
Nyenyile. Yeah, it's N-G-E-N-Y-I-L-E-L.
Thank you for that, witness. Now, can you tell us where this place is, Genyel? In what division or what location?
It is in Tarbot Division.
Now, this Mr. Farouk Kibet, apart from seeing him on that particular day, had you ever seen him before?
Yes.
Can you explain to the court how you came to know that this person was Farouk Kibet?
Before you answer that question, a private session for a brief moment.
We're in open session, Your Honors.
Now, witness, just listen very carefully to my question. I'm going to ask it again, maybe be more precise even if necessary. But Mr. Farouk Kibet, you stated that you've seen him before. Can you explain what you've seen him do in the past?
He has been always working with Honorable Ruto wherever he has the rambles. he normally, when he's not attending, he can send Farouk to, or any other activities in the constituency. So he was always there, whether Honorable Ruto is there or is absent, he is there to represent him.
And in representing him, what would he do exactly? Can you give us information?
Like if he's a guest of honor and is not able to attend at Harambee, Honorable Ruto, Farouk can represent him, or any activity like bursaries, and other things.
I'm sorry, witness, just that the transcript hasn't, interpreters haven't caught what you said, the last thing. Mr. Farouk can represent him or any activity like about a something and other things. What exactly did you say?
Thought she said bursaries.
Is it bursaries, witness?
Yes.
All right. And just so we can be clear on this matter, witness, would what you can remember about Mr. Farouk Kibet and representing Mr. Ruto, this happened before the elections in 2007 or afterwards?
Since I see Mr. Ruto in politics, I've been seeing Farouk.
Now, Your Honor, if we could just briefly go into private session, a minute or two.
Private session.
We're in open session, Your Honors.
Now, witness, last question in regards to this political rally at Mr. Ruto's house in Sugoi. How many hours in all did it last?
Because we are trying to share the money, it took time. But after the speech of the Honorable Ruto, he left. And we were there with our area councillors.
Your Honors, I'd ask that we go into private session for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Private session.